And for my defining concept speech, I will be talking about blood flow through the heart. I found this to be an interesting topic because I, for one, like to know about the body and how things work. So this was one of the most interesting topics to me. So first off, blood enters the heart from the right side. It enters two veins called the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava. The superior vena cava collects blood from the top half of the body, while the inferior vena cava collects blood from the lower half of the body. And this blood that comes in from uh, the top and lower parts of the body is poorly oxygenated. So once it goes through the superior and inferior vena cava, it enters a top right portion of the heart called the right atrium. Once it enters the atrium, between the atrium and another part, lower part of the heart called the right ventricle, there's a valve called the tricuspid valve. So through the right atrium, through the tricuspid valve, into the right ventricle. Once the right ventricle contracts, it enters the pulmonary valve. The pulmonary valve leads to pulmonary arteries, which goes to the lungs. This is where the poorly oxygenated blood becomes oxygenated, where it can return back to the heart. Via the pulmonary veins brings the oxygenated blood back into the heart via the left atrium. So now we're on the left side of the heart. Once it reaches the left atrium, it enters a valve called the mitral valve between the left atrium and the left ventricle. So once it passes the left atrium through the mitral valve to the left ventricle, it then gets pumped to the aortic valve. And the left side of the heart is thicker because it needs more pressure because this blood is getting pumped throughout the whole body. So with that left ventricle being contracted, it sends the blood up to the aortic valve, which then goes to the aorta, and then the blood goes throughout the body. So that's a brief description of how blood flows through the heart. And I will also include a picture of what this may look like. Thank you.